Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mike from TI Calculator Programming, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to program with TI Basic. That's coming up right here, right now on TI Calculator Programming. Welcome into my calculator, everyone. This is the third lesson in my TI Basic Calculator Programming series. Today I will be showing you how to make a program that tells you whether a certain number is negative or positive. To start off, turn on your calculator and hit the program button. Hit enter to use TI Basic and then scroll over to new and hit enter. Your calculator will now let you name your new program, and I will be naming mine part 3. Hit enter to name your program and to start program line 1. Hit program, scroll over to input output, scroll down to clear home, and hit enter to paste it in program line 1. Hit enter again to start a new line. Go back to program, scroll over to input output and hit enter to paste the input command in program line 2. After the input command, I'm going to type in the customized text, enter value for a, colon, and close the quotation marks. Place a comma after the quotation marks and then type in the variable which the calculator will store the numerical value of a as. In this case, I'm going to use the variable a. Hit enter to start a new line. Hit program and then hit enter to paste the if command in program line 3. Since we used the variable a in the input command, we're going to use the same variable after the if command. I'm going to type in the variable a. Now before we continue, we'll visit a little math lesson. In math, there are 3 types of numbers that we could use to enter as a value for a. Numbers less than 0, which are negative, numbers greater than 0, which are positive, and the number which is neither negative nor positive, and that's 0. Given this information, we're going to create 3 if commands. Going back to our calculator, we will hit the second and math to open the test menu, and then scroll down to the less than sign and hit enter to paste it after a. Then simply type in a 0 after the less than sign. Start a new line, press the program button again, and scroll down to then hit enter to paste it into program line 4. Hit enter again to start a new line, hit program, scroll down to go to, and hit enter to paste. Type in a 1 after the go to command. Hit enter again to start a new line, go back to program, scroll down to end, and hit enter to paste it into the program editor. The if, then, go to, and end commands as seen in program lines 3 to 6 collectively form what TI Basic programmers call the if conditional. Next, we're going to create another 2 if conditionals, but this time it will be for numbers greater than 0 and numbers equal to 0. First, we have our if command, then the conditional a is greater than 0, and a then command on a new line. This is followed by a go to command and the number 2. We finish off the if conditional with the end command. Repeat the if conditional for a equals 0. Now that we have finished our if conditional, I'm going to explain what each of them does. An if conditional starts with the if command and is followed by some sort of a condition. In this program, our conditions are a less than 0, a is equal to 0, and a is greater than 0. If one of these conditions is true, the program will follow the commands under the if command until it meets the end command. The end command determines the end of an if sequence. In each of our if conditionals, we have the go to command. The go to command is associated with the label marker. When we type in go to 1, our calculator will search in the program for a label with the same number as the go to command. Returning to our calculator, we're going to hit enter after the last end command, hit program, scroll down to label, and hit enter to paste. I'm going to go in numerical order, starting with label 1 and ending with label 3. You don't have to, but I feel that it makes things easier for me. After typing in label 1, hit enter and go to program. Scroll over to input output, scroll down to clear home and hit enter. Start a new line by hitting enter. Go to program, scroll down to output and hit enter to paste. If you don't remember what the output command does, you can watch my previous lesson, which is in the description box below. Next, we're going to output our text at row 5, column 1. And since label 1 corresponds to the a less than 0 conditional, our customized text is a is negative. Start a new line, go to program, scroll down to pause, and hit enter. Start a new line, go to program, scroll down to end, and hit enter. Repeat the same label, clear home, output, pause, end sequence for the remaining 2 labels. After finishing, we're going to hit second and mode to quit, and then hit the program button and select TI Basic if available, and then scroll down to part 3 and hit enter to paste on the home screen. Hit enter again to run the program. First, it asks us to input a value for a. I'm going to type in -5 and hit enter. Notice when I hit enter, it tells me that a is negative. But if I hit enter again, it tells me that a is positive. And if I hit enter just once more, it gives me the error syntax message. When it gives you this message, it means that the syntax or language is wrong. Hit 2 to go to the place that it has the defect in the program. And as you realize, it takes you straight to the end commands. The reason for this is something that Texas Instruments has built into the control menu. If you hit program, you'll find the first 6 commands, if, then, else, for, while, and repeat, come before the end command. The reason for this is that all 6 of these commands are supposed to be finished with an end command. However, the label command comes after the end command. Thus, anything after the end command in the control menu cannot be ended with the end command. Instead, we must scroll down and use the stop command to enter the program after label. Hit enter to replace end with stop, and repeat the same process for the 2 other labels. You can also insert a clear home command between pause and stop to clear the home screen after the program is ended. Now that we've finished, hit second and quit to return to the home screen. Press the program button and choose TI Basic if available. Then scroll down to part 3 and hit enter. Hit enter again to run the program. First, it asks us for a value for a. I'm going to put -5, and as you can see, it tells me that a is negative. Hit enter again and it will finish the program. Hitting enter again will run the program again. This time I'm going to input the number 0. It tells me that a is 0. Now I'm going to try a positive number, and as you can see, it tells me that a is positive, and when I hit enter again, it ends the program. That brings us to the end of our tutorial. Thank you so much for watching that video. If you haven't already done so, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification button to get notifications on every single video that we post here. And as always, if you have any questions about programming, or if you have any questions concerning this video, please put them in the comment section below and I will try to respond to you. And as always, I'm Mike from TI Calculator Programming, and I'll see you next time.